What is up, awesome tubers? It's your boy David Awesome here again with another interesting video. Also, this video might make some of you feel very uncomfortable, uneasy, maybe even scared. So if you get scared easy, I would not recommend watching this video. You have been warned. Today we're going to be talking about 10 of the most deranged serial killers of all time. And if you like the topic of this video today and you want to see more of my stuff, if you're new to the channel and you somehow happen to come across my video, go ahead and give it a watch. You might end up liking it. Hit that subscribe button if you don't mind. And then with that being said, let's get this video started. So here we go, 10 of the most deranged serial killers of all time. And at number 1 is Ted Bundy. You don't have to be an American or have grown up in the 1970s to know the name Ted Bundy. Just about everybody knows who Ted Bundy is. He is so infamous. He is easily one of the most deranged serial killers of all time. His sick operation including kidnapping females, raping them, and then murdering them, while he dismembered their bodies to leave no evidence behind. He was also a very smart individual. He went to law school. He was a really high member in society. Like, you wouldn't expect this guy to be a serial killer, but he was definitely a deranged killer. He often kept the heads of his victims, which that's very unfortunate and very disturbing. I like to collect Star Wars figurines, not heads, but that's just me. He was caught and executed in 1989 by electric chair, and he admitted to murdering and raping over 30 women, so some speculate the number to be even higher. Nobody really knows. Let's get to number 2. At number 2, we have Chelachev. Between 1978 and 1990, the Russian killer Chelachev murdered and mutilated over 50 young women throughout Russia. His preferred killing tool was a knife, which is very disturbing. He later admitted that he was only able to achieve orgasm by stabbing women. That's pretty sad. That's the only way you can get off. I would definitely call that deranged. He was so infamous in Russia, he was nicknamed the Red Killer, and he was later executed by firing squad after being tried for 53 murders in 1993. Number 3, we have Jeffrey Dahmer. No list of the world's most deranged serial killers would be complete without Jeffrey Dahmer. Known as the Milwaukee Cannibal, he was convicted of murdering over 17 young men over a 14-year period. He also raped, dismembered, and sometimes ate his victims. So he was a cannibal, hence the nickname the Milwaukee Cannibal. I don't get that. Like, how could you eat a person? I can't stand people enough as it is, let alone eat a person. Dahmer was known to take a drill and drill his victims in the head to try to make them into his mindless sex slaves. Very deranged, Jeffrey Dahmer. Of course, he was later caught because one of his victims got away. And in prison, he was beaten to death in 1994. So, looks like the inmates took care of him. At number 4, we have Albert Fish. When a serial killer is dubbed the Brooklyn Vampire or the Moon Maniac, also being known as the Boogeyman, you know almost for certain he is going to be a deranged serial killer. He was convicted of killing 3 young children in the 1900s, but he admitted to killing over 100. At number 5, we have John Wayne Gacy. There's deranged, and then there's the type of deranged that describes John Wayne Gacy, the infamous American serial killer. He was nicknamed Killer Clown because of his day job attending children's parties as a clown. So if you're afraid of clowns, I would not be Googling this one, even though I'm sure most of you have heard of John Wayne Gacy. He was known as Pogo the Clown, and later on they found out, of course, he was killing young men. He was convicted of killing over 33 teenage boys, and he was executed in May of 1994. And coming in at number 6, I ain't got enough fingers for this one because I'm, holding my phone with my other hand. Jack the Ripper, which everyone's heard of this guy. Jack the Ripper terrorized London, and some people think that it could be a female as well, but that's just theories, because no one really knows who Jack the Ripper originally was. But he killed a lot of prostitutes and mutilated their bodies, just very disgusting stuff. But go check out that. Go Google Jack the Ripper. There's a whole lot of theories to Jack the Ripper. Very interesting, but he was never caught. And like I said, he terrorized London, and he killed about 5 prostitutes. And that might not sound too impressive to you, but the way he did it was just very disturbing, cringeworthy, and very deranged. Coming in at number 7 is Joachim Kroll. Joachim Kroll was a German serial killer. Murdered at least 14 people, including young children, during 1956 through 1970. He often would kill his victims with his bare hands and would later eat some of his victims, but he later on was executed. Coming in at number 8 is Pedro Lopez. His deranged killing spree is terrifying enough, but what happens to be even more terrifying is that his whereabouts is unknown today. The Colombian killer claimed to raping and murdering over 300 women. A monster of the Andes was arrested and led the police to the graves of over 53 victims, but later he was let go on good behavior, and today nobody knows where Pedro Lopez currently is today. His whereabouts are unknown. Coming in at number 9 is Gilles de Rais. He was a wealthy knight and a leader of the French army, but he was also a deranged serial killer. He was convicted of murdering over 40 young children by outfitting them in fine clothes and giving them all the food and wine they wanted. And then, of course, later on, he would kill them. Here, kids, come have a bunch of food and wine. You know, there's no strings attached. Before we get to number 10, if you've been enjoying this video, please hit that subscribe button and also the bell for all notifications. Now, number 10 is Richard Ramirez. For more than a year in the 1980s, Richard Ramirez terrorized a neighborhood in LA. He was nicknamed the Night Stalker, and he would often break into people's homes and violently kill them. And his preferred weapons of choice was a handgun, a knife, a hammer, any blunt object. Like I said, he would often break into people's houses. Wouldn't be breaking into mine because I stay strapped around here. Gotta protect yourself. He was later sentenced to death, but before they could execute him, he died of lymphoma. Talk about karma. Well, that's it for this video, awesome tubers. If you've been enjoying this video, I hope you enjoyed it, because my next video, I'm going to do the top 10 unknown most deranged serial killers. So look forward to 10 of the most unknown deranged serial killers that will be coming out here soon on the David Awesome channel. And I hope you enjoy your day, awesome tubers. I'm going to be getting out of here. Peace out.